Welcome back, everyone. This is your favorite hosts of Flutter Boring Show, Emily and I, and we are very impressed with our work. We like the app that we have.
Quality.
And yeah, the quality is amazing. And we hear that there's a drought of Hacker News apps on the Play Store. So we're going.
Demand is just through the roof.
Yes. So they're calling Google like when. So we are going to fill that gap by publishing our Flutter Hacker News app to the Play Store.
Disrupt the Hacker News reading space.
Yes. Next episode is going to be about startups and investment and stuff like this. Anyway, so we have our app. It has caching and everything. It's a regular Flutter app, right? We've been actually, now that I think of it, we've been only testing it in iOS. So I'm only hoping that it's also working for Android because we're publishing it to Play Store. How do you do something like that? There's actually a really good article at Flutter.io about publishing, and that's, maybe I should just use Google. So Flutter Publish.
Good thing our employer is good at finding things on the internet.
Yeah, right. So this one, as you can see, I've seen this recently, and this is all you need. So let's go through this quickly. I have done this recently, as I mentioned before, and I think all of this should be pretty good. So, all right. So review the app manifest. So this is the Android instructions, right? App manifest is located in Android app source main. So we're going to Android, what did I say?
App
Android
source
app
main.
source
So,
main. Yes, yeah. App source main Android manifest. So this is the name of the package. Verify the values. Application. Added the application tag to reflect the final name of the app. What's the application? Oh. So the label is probably something like HN. Just, I don't know if that's a trademark or something. So Hacker News. So HN app in Flutter. That's probably not HN app or Flutter HN app. Something like this.
By Philip the Great.
Yes. User permissions. Do we need internet? Yes, we do. And we have it. Okay. So that's done. Review the build configuration. So we need our application ID that's unique as our app ID in the Android app. So that's not this app and build Gradle. And we get to default config.
HN app.
Okay, we can use that, right? We can live with this. Yes, our own unique application ID.
Do we need to register it or anything, or it's just?
I don't think so. I think it just needs to be unique. We'll see. We'll see. Version code, version name. Specify the internal app version number and the to consult the version information guidance.
We have
version name. Okay. Min SDK. It should work on everything, including SDK 16. So that's great. Launcher icon. We have the regular Flutter launcher icon, so we're not going to add a new one. It's going to look ugly, but that's fine. Signing the app. This is actually pretty complicated if you do this for the first time. And also, I don't want to. I trust you, but I'm not going to show you on YouTube my keys.
We don't really trust the internet. I mean.
So I'm going to go through these things very quickly, and we either cut to the end.
And I will distract you.
And you will distract them. Thank you. Okay.
So while Philip is doing that, I noticed actually a couple other little tweaks that I think we should make in the future. Or maybe while Philip is doing that, I'll do it a little bit. Right now, it looks like, I think when I did the animation, I had it always appear just so that we could see what was happening and debug it, but then we never took it out, so now it's that little Y combinator Y is always there. And I was noticing, so it should just be, we have this comment, if the snapshot for is loading, that stream of like, are we loading or not? In fact, I'm going to rename this from snapshot to loading because I think that's a little more descriptive. And then I'm going to fix the indentation. And, oh great. And because I don't trust my hot reload right now, I'm going to load it again. And next episode, you all are in for a treat because we are going to bring in someone who actually knows how to make apps look pretty, and he's going to, you can see how we take a basic looking material app and make it better. We still have a problem. Okay, feel free to cut in whenever you're...
No, I'm still, thank you for covering for me.
Okay. That is a long error. What's going on here? Build functions must never return null. So, okay. That's right. So right now, we're saying if it's loading, we return this fading transition. Otherwise, we're not doing anything. And it's saying you can't do that because shouldn't be null. So instead, I'm going to return a very exciting container, if I spell it right. So now, if I tap on this, there it is. You get the little Y combinator popping up. And actually now, because we implemented caching, you don't even see it at all. So we could add it in briefly to make it appear. But yeah, that's a little animation cleanup.
Still not there. But I think I'm done with the sensitive stuff. So as discussed before, I had to create this key properties file with a lot of secrets, and then I can go to Android app build Gradle. So Android app build Gradle. This is, by the way, it's a little. I always get tripped up because there's two build Gradles and one is in app. Anyway, so and then it tells me replace this with this, which is basically using my file from earlier with the secrets. And then I also replace this with this. So build types, where's build types?
It's right
here. Okay, and then Rails builds, enabling ProGuard, we don't need to. Building a release
That's
APK.
really if you just want to obfuscate your code. And
right.
We're open source already. People can see it. Who cares?
So now, Flutter Build APK, that by default is in release, and fingers crossed.
So yeah, this is actually building it down to machine code, and so if you run this version, you won't be able to do hot reload because we're not running.
Yes.
But it's going to be super fast as a result.
Right. If you want to get closer to this, you can run this in Profile, which is this button. No, I'm running now, but actually, let me just close this. But with Profile mode, it's very close to what you get with the release mode, but it isn't signed with the things that you need for actual release, and it has some instrumentation for doing profiling. So that's the closest you get for that. Otherwise, everything else is the same. And as you can see, we're assembler release.
Waiting on Gradle.
Yeah, building Gradle. Looks good.
And was there any other... Oh, you're good.
Yeah, we're done. So I can open this. and now I have 6.7 megabytes of things that just to, so you see that the debug release is 30 megabytes. So don't get ever scared about the size of your debug build. It's always going to be much bigger than your actual build. And our 6.7 megabytes, that includes, I think, the icons and some other stuff. But anyway.
And I will say the Flutter team is actively working on reducing the size of that, even that released APK. So it's 6.7 megabytes right now, but it is continuing to go down.
Yes. Okay, so I went to Play Store. I have, we're not going to go through creating a user in the Play Store and anything like that, but we have our Flutter app. It's gonna default to English, and then show description. It's app in Flutter, and yeah, right. And oh, we need assets. Okay, so that's maybe gonna be another intermission because we somehow need to hunt down screenshots is the easier one. Let's do screenshots.
How many?
But 2 screenshots are required. That's fine. Okay, so you know what?
Really
We're just gonna do quick Android. Maybe the screenshot in iPhone would not work for the Play Store.
I think people will appreciate it.
So let's run it. This is gonna run it in debug mode, to be honest. So not great, but by the way, we're not actually releasing it for public consumption. We're going to release it for private beta. We're just trying to show you how
the process of how that works.
Yes. So okay, so phone, then the icon. What do we get? The icon. Okay, so.
Do you want me to give you an icon?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have it?
I have a I can make it. Well, I have a dash icon. Or do you want the Hacker News icon?
No, dash icon is great.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 1024 times 500 PNG. This is just getting the app to there. I'm gonna go through the rest of these things. So it's an application in the category of news.
Is there a limitation on size of icon?
No, well, I will need a 512 to 512 size. It needs an exact size, unfortunately.
Okay.
Oh, I need a questionnaire on content rating. It's just my things. Privacy policy. Okay. Right. I just want to app releases. Okay, so and maybe we can just postpone the actual images and stuff like this, because I can imagine that a lot of the things will be, oh, this is super cute. So I don't know if we're gonna do that fully, but at least I want you to show you how you would upload it to the Play Store. So as I said, this is not going to this is not going to be a production app yet. So we're going to use the internal test track, and the internal test track is great because it is only open to people who you will give the email addresses to that. It needs to be less than 100 people, but whenever you make a change, their app will update in something like 5 seconds or maybe a minute or 5 minutes. So that's really helpful, especially if you want to test it on your own device as well, and you want to see how does the production app look like with everything, then use the internal test track. So I'm going to click manage here and create a release. And reuse. Okay, continue. And now all I need to do, hopefully, is just put this here.
And so there were two. There was two APKs I saw. Sorry, go back to your.
Right. Yes. So this is the debug one. This is the release one, and then I think this is just like this is the same as the debug one. It's just like a symlink or something.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely want to put the release one.
For
Even like if you even try the debug one, it will just scream at you that this is a debug one. So okay. Oh, another thing that I wanted to show you is if you whenever you release to the store, you need to have a different release name and release number, right? We have version code 1 and release name 1.0. This is actually coming from
our postspec?
Yeah, I thought it's coming from our pub spec, and I don't see it here now. So
yeah, I thought you specified in the public.
Yeah, maybe this is a new pub spec, and this pub spec that we're using for HN app is coming from,
I think you just specified version. Yeah.
Okay, so this would be 001 plus 1. The plus 1 is important because that's what this is going to be, right? So you could, at some point, you could have like plus 8 and still have a 001.
So why is it not version 1.0?
We could do that in 1.0. You can do whatever, but yeah, all right. I mean, it's pre-release, so
I see.
Right.
Okay, then don't do 1.0.
Yeah. Okay. So 1.1.
1.1.
Okay. So now we have to actually rebuild. So let's do it again, because that's what actually. So Flutter will update some of the Gradle things that will make it sign as that, right? Hopefully this time it's not going to be 40 seconds. If so, then yes. So we're done. Okay, so we actually want to use this one now.
Oh no!
You need to use a different version code for your APK because you already have one with version 1. See? So even though we didn't publish, we just need to do this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So this is why many people will go with continuous delivery, something like Fastlane. And again, like if you go to Flutter.io, you will find a good article about how to do this automatically on both stores and continuously, right? But like, again, for testing and for small apps, you might just want to use this.
Do a one-off thing.
Yes.
Do you need to rebuild?
So...
Or did you rebuild?
I'll put another... Hopefully this is the one that... Yeah. Really?
I don't know if you actually hit rebuild after you saved.
Oh, I didn't?
Yeah.
Also, I'll probably do this.
Right.
Okay. Put another file.
Come on, Google Play Store.
Yeah.
Take our APK. Seriously? Wait, so did we already upload one?
Yeah, we did.
Can we just use that?
Yeah, we could.
Like,
yeah, I know.
if we wanted to show the process.
Yeah. So no, so this is basically, you have a release that hasn't been rolled out. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's not dwell on this. Like you'd have to rebuild it or create a new release. But for now, we just have version 1, review, and then You should provide release notes for every release. Okay. So initial release. Please test. Review. View warning message. Will not be available to any users because you haven't specified any testers for it yet. Okay. And then, okay, I could add at least me as a tester and so on and so forth. So from now on, it's really just like procedural things like adding testers and then
so where do you
assigning
add the
some
testers?
of this. Oh yeah.
Is that something we click through?
This is this.
Ah, okay.
Right. So you just add emails and a list. So yeah. So I mean, it's it takes its time, and for the first time you will have to get screenshots, and you will have to get icons and stuff like this. You will need to go through all this process, but after that it's really just like copy pasting or dragging and dropping your latest release version, and it's signed completely automatically. And it's just Flutter Build APK, and that's it. Similar process for test flight for iPhone, and maybe at some point we could do that as well, but not today. So yeah, we've released almost released our app to Play Store. I think it's doing great, and I think that's it for today's episode of the Flutter Boring Show.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.